All right, let's jump right in. Today we're talking about one of the oldest industries on the planet, construction. And we're going to see how one of the newest technologies, artificial intelligence, is basically rebuilding it from the ground up. It's pretty incredible stuff, laying a whole new foundation for how we build our world.
You know the drill, right? We've all heard the horror stories about construction projects. They go way over budget, they're always getting delayed, and they can be incredibly risky. But what if there was a totally different way to do things? Just look at this. On the left, you've got the old way. And on the right, that's the future. Projects that are on budget, on schedule, way safer, and just smarter. The secret sauce connecting the two? You guessed it, it's AI.
So what are we really talking about here? It's not about robots in hard hats laying bricks. Not yet, anyway. It's about these really smart systems that can chew through mountains of data, spot patterns humans would miss, and help us make better decisions. Think of it like a superpowered assistant for the human experts, turning all that complex project data into clear insights they can actually use. Now, you might think AI's role kicks in when the cement mixers start churning, but actually, its biggest impact happens way before any ground is even broken. It all starts with a plan, the digital blueprint. This is where things get really mind-blowing. It's a process called generative design. So an architect comes in and sets the rules of the game, the budget, the kind of materials they want to use, the energy efficiency targets. Then they basically unleash the AI, which goes on to create hundreds, sometimes thousands, of different design options that all fit those rules. Finally, the architect steps back in, looks at all these amazing options, and picks the one that perfectly balances everything. It's human creativity, just amplified by machine intelligence. It's awesome. And here's a perfect, simple example of that in action. Imagine trying to figure out the absolute best spot for every single window in a huge office building. You want the most natural light, right? But you also don't want to lose a ton of heat in the winter or bake in the summer. It's an insanely complex puzzle. But for an AI, it just crunches the numbers and finds the optimal solution balancing comfort, looks, and the energy bill all at the same time. Okay, so we've got our AI-optimized blueprint locked and loaded. Now it's time to take that digital brainpower out into the real world. We're heading to the construction site, where AI becomes the eyes and ears of the entire project, making pretty much everything smarter. And the impact on site is huge. I mean, it really just boils down to these 4 words. AI isn't just making a few small improvements here and there, it's fundamentally upgrading the entire process. It's a total overhaul that delivers projects that are faster, safer, cheaper, and just better. So let's break down how it actually does that. First up, speed. You can think of AI as a project manager with a crystal ball. It learns from thousands of past projects, all their successes and failures. So for the current project, it can look ahead and predict problems. It might flag a potential supply chain jam weeks in advance, or automatically reschedule work around a bad storm that's coming. This prevents all that costly downtime and just keeps the project humming along. But even more important than speed is safety. Construction can be a dangerous job, and this is where AI is, frankly, a potential lifesaver. Using cameras placed around the site, computer vision acts like a tireless safety inspector. It's always scanning for hazards, a worker who forgot their hard hat, a section of scaffolding that looks unstable, or someone walking into a restricted area. It turns the whole site into a much safer place to work. And here's the thing, this digital guardian never takes a coffee break. It is watching, monitoring 24/7. The moment it detects a risk, it sends an immediate alert to a supervisor. The goal here isn't surveillance, it's all about prevention. It's about stopping accidents before they even have a chance to happen. Next up, the budget. Keeping costs under control is a huge headache for any project. Well, AI is like the most meticulous accountant you could ask for. It tracks exactly how materials are being used to cut down on waste, it can scan invoices to find errors, and it's constantly analyzing the spending to flag a potential cost overrun before it gets out of hand. And finally, we get to better quality. This is so cool. Every modern project has a master digital plan, a 3D model called a BIM. Think of it as the ultimate instruction manual. So what the AI does is it takes that perfect digital plan and constantly compares it to real-time 3D scans of the actual site, usually taken by drones. If a wall is built even a fraction of an inch out of place, the AI spots the difference and flags it immediately. This catches those tiny mistakes before they become massive, expensive problems down the road. So the last nail is hammered in, the paint is dry, the building is finished. But AI's job isn't done. Nope. In fact, it's just starting a new one, helping the building actually live and breathe as efficiently as possible for decades to come. And this long-term thinking is a huge piece of building more sustainably.
AI helps out across the board. It can recommend low-carbon materials during the design phase, it can help optimize how much energy the building will use, and it minimizes waste on the job site itself. It's a really powerful tool for shrinking construction's environmental footprint.
And once people are actually using the building, AI makes something called predictive maintenance possible. Get this. Instead of waiting for the air conditioning to break down on the hottest day of the summer, sensors are constantly monitoring the health of the system. The AI can then analyze that data and predict that a specific part is starting to wear out, and then it schedules a repair before it fails. It keeps the whole building running smoothly and saves a ton of money and headaches. So when you pull it all together, from the initial design to the on-site construction to the day-to-day operations, what's the big takeaway here? Well, it's about a massive shift in how we think about building. It all centers on this new partnership between humans and machines.
You know, this quote from our source material just hits the nail on the head. AI isn't here to replace architects or engineers or construction workers. It's here to empower them. It's a tool, a digital partner that handles all the heavy-duty data analysis so the human professionals can focus on what they do best, being creative, solving complex problems, and, well, building a better future. And that really just leaves us with this one last fascinating question. We've seen how AI can help us build things more efficiently, more safely, and more sustainably. So if this incredible technology is our new partner in creation, the only real limit is our own imagination. What on earth will we choose to design next? Really makes you think, doesn't it? Thanks for tuning in.